Alright, so just getting back home, and I know just went over a bunch of stuff with the Elco, what I was planning on doing with it, and ordering parts. I did order some parts last night for the Monty. Still need to order the hood latches, I forgot those, but I did order the boost controller and the weather stripping, so that should be in. And just the other day, I was out on the bike. Was worse a little while ago. It's pretty slick out, but yeah, bike one day, snow the next, but that's Colorado for you. So some plans did change, or a little setback. Not really changed, just a little setback. I might hold off on the driveway. I know I've been preaching that, but like I said, it's slick out today. I actually watched a truck slide off the road right in front of me, well, right beside me on the highway, and then saw one roll over, and then another one hit the guardrail. 3 different incidences before I even made it 6 miles down the road. So I was like, you know what? The tires on the truck aren't too bad. They're not the worst, but they could definitely be a little bit better. So it's like, let me drop in a discount and put an order in for some wheels. So we getting a set of wheels for the truck probably later today or tomorrow. The 4th one should be in. So it's one of those things like, I live out in the middle of nowhere, so I can't afford to be sliding off the road and not being able to get to work. I know I put new wheels on the Blazer, but that's down for a little bit until I fix the leak on that. So I figured, why not get the truck the wheels that it needs. Then also, I would have had to patch the rear too, because there's a nail in each one of those, so might as well just get a new set. But today, we'll finally be doing some stuff with the Elco. I just picked up some fiberglass resin and fiberglass cloth, or this is the mat. So I'll be working on the inside today on the headliner, so I'll get that fiberglassed up, stiffened up a little bit because it was cracking. It's the original that headliner board that after a while just ends up cracking. Where the Monty, I actually went and got a new one, so it's that plastic one on here and just covered that. So with the Elco, I'll just reinforce that board because they jumped up in price. I picked that board up and other parts for like, what was it? I think less than $70 at junkyard. So figured a little DIY project, reinforce that, and then the fittings, they did come in for the brake lines for the Monty. So I might come out in a little bit, close the garage obviously, cut the space heater on, or just wait till tomorrow. Yeah, I'll probably wait till tomorrow and come out and mess with the brake lines on the Monty. So those are in. What else? Was pricing some head units out, and I know I've been preaching the floating dash on the Monty for a while, which really I don't think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna just do a double din with the touchscreen on it, because I figured if I'm getting the digital dash, I'm getting a cluster replacement on that, so that's pretty much going to be set into place. Why would I bring the radio out when I have that set back a little bit also? So been looking into it a little bit, and I know I went back a little bit. It's been about a year maybe since he posted the video, but Warren G-Body had one on the different bezels. Seeing how I'm not running or I did the AC delete, so no heat and air. I really don't need this whole section. And instead of cutting this one up, I think I'm just gonna get a piece of the plastic or a piece of wood and make my own faceplate. Eventually that'll be covered and just have the double din pretty much centered in that. So plan switched up a little bit. I'll probably still go with the the Boss radio. Yeah, I know it's inexpensive, but really I'm not putting a show car together or a high-end sound system. I just need something to connect to the phone and play music. So that's what I'm thinking about for here. And I might do the same one for the Monty as the truck, because I'm tired of plugging the truck into the auxiliary cord every time I get in. Just want to hop in, connect it, and go. But yeah, it's starting to get cold out here. Let me go get the bags out of the truck, and then I probably won't show it because I'm gonna be doing it inside in my office. Just clear out some room, maybe even in the dining room area, just use a table. But I'm gonna be doing the fiberglass inside just because it's cold out here and I don't want it to take forever for the fiberglass to cure. So I have a drop cloth I'll put down there and then put the headliner on it, and just use the fiberglass. Yeah, pretty much use the fiberglass resin and the mat. So I'll mix the fiberglass, I'll spread that on the headliner, and I'll take the cloth and then more fiberglass and dab it on there and do about 2, maybe 3 layers of it. And hopefully I'll stiffen up that board enough where I could either peel the headliner material that's on there now, peel that off and recover it, or just dye the headliner that's on there now. But I don't want to peel that off right now until it's reinforced, because if I peel it off, it's going to crack even farther and probably be messed up beyond repair. Right now it's repairable. But let me stop talking, I'm gonna head inside and get started, and then it'll probably be tomorrow I'll cut you guys back on, go over that, and then start another video on redoing the brake line for the Monty. So I have it set up on some sawhorses with some plastic, have the pup in here. But you can see somebody try to repair it before. It's probably some JB weld and some silicone. So these areas I'll drill out eventually, but for now those will be covered. Same thing with the fabric here. It'll probably be just covered with the fiberglass. A little crack in there, which should be able to stiffen that up. So it's not going to be perfect. You can see chunks already missing out. So try to build up some fiberglass in there, and I try to form it to how it's going to be, because all these are cracked, so that was kind of sagging down there a little bit. So try to prop them up a little bit. I think that's the right bend on it. Same thing with this back corner, kind of try to push that down into place so that kept its shape. I said it's real brittle, so plan is just to stiffen it up. So if I could do that, it'll be good. Try not to crack it too much, but if I could have it keep pretty much the shape it is now or close to it, I think we should be good. It'll look good. Put it back into the Elco. If not, like I said, if this is too brittle, if I could get the shape done with the fiberglass and then just take that out and use that as the headliner, just cover that, we can do it that route too. I think I'd have to lay down aluminum foil though, so it wouldn't stick, but I'm gonna try to rough this up a little bit, or very lightly with some sandpaper, just give the fiberglass something to hold on to, and we'll go from there. But yeah, that's pretty much the rough shape. Try to push that down a little bit, try to get all these cracks smooth, that way you can kind of see how the shape of it is a little bit better. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to save me a little bit of money in the long run. Maybe not, but we'll see. A little DIY project, so yeah, it's a little soft right in there, but I think we'll be good. So if you're wondering what happened to the Z01 bumper on the Camaro, it's just sitting in the office. Eventually I think I'll hang that up in the garage maybe, but you gotta keep the fleet with you and the dream cars. So yeah, but that's about it. That's all I'm gonna show you guys in here. I'm gonna mix up the fiberglass resin and start to apply it, and then close the door and let it sit for probably a day. All right, so got the pup out here. He's got that burst of energy. But it's been a couple days. I kind of messed up on the mixture for the fiberglass, so it was still a little tacky for a while. Still a little tacky in some areas, but I'll put some heat to it, let it dry for the most part, as much as it can. The back side is still a little tacky. The bottom side is all good. So I did end up putting a layer on the other side to help stiffen that side up a little bit, and then the fabric or the fiberglass mat wasn't big enough to double it up to do like 2 layers, so I just did 1 layer on it, which is kind of good because it's still somewhat flexible. But the areas I was worried about, like that, were already cracked. They're stiff, so we're good there. Even this little part back here where the light goes, that's nice and solid. It's not bending anymore, so we're all good to go. His backside's a little rough, but that's no problem because it's not staying blue. We'll end up drilling out or cutting out those sections for the visors. But like I said, it's not staying blue. I have the headliner material for it. Picked it up, I think, at Hobby Lobby. It is on sale, so I think a yard of it is all I need for the Elco. It's about 2 yards for the Monty, and then I picked up some fabric. It's the closest I could find to the seats. It's not exact, but it looks a little different there because it's in the plastic and whatnot, but it is pretty close to the seat. So that will be that part that goes on the dash insert. That'll be wrapped in that. I have a couple shirts ordered up and some more stickers, so I think when I go up there, I'm going to take this up there and see if she can stitch my logo into a couple sections. That way if I mess up, I'd have some replacements. But we will get that knocked out of the way. And I have to order some of the, still debating, because I definitely need to wrap the dash or do something with the dash. But the sides, if I wrap the sides, I'm going to have to wrap these back parts. If I wrap the back parts, I'm going to have to wrap pretty much all the interior plastic. So the first one I got, they sold it to me as black, which I'm not sure if the camera picks it up or not, but it's more like a dark blue. So I was like, I'm not going to wrap the car in dark blue, trying to pass it for black. Can you guys see the difference or not? So I ordered a small section off of Amazon, and that's really black. This is more of a bluish tint. Like I said, I'm not sure if you guys could tell or not, but yeah, you definitely tell the difference in person. I was like, that might be black, but I think it's dark blue. It's definitely not black like that. So yeah, you definitely see the difference from the back side to the front. So I have to order more micro suede if I do want to wrap everything. So yeah, we'll decide on that, but it's getting close to tackling everything for the interior. Cut you guys off for 1 second. All right, so like I was saying, it's getting close to getting ready to knock everything out for the interior. Same thing with the Elco. I kind of know the direction I want to go on this, so that's why I'm knocking out the headliner and everything. But it's getting close. I just ordered some stuff for, I think, both cars. If not, definitely the Monty. I think I ordered the weather stripping, the boost controller, the hood latches. So eventually I will be drilling into the hood. Good thing it's a stock hood and not an aftermarket one that I actually paid for. Or paid for that one, but not aftermarket cow hood and stuff money. So getting some stuff with that. I'm debating on ordering the carpet for the Elco already. If I do the Elco carpet, I'm definitely ordering the seat mounts and probably new seats, so that might get a little pricey. The parts for the Elco were actually more than what I needed to put into the Monty, so So I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't know which one to order parts for. But yeah, definitely starting with getting the headliners. So that motivated me to get the interior back in. Still looking for a different dash for the Elco, but that'll come in time. My buddy just hit me up asking for these parts, so I'm gonna drop these in my work locker here in the next week or so, or a couple days really. Drop these with parts off my work locker. He's gonna grab them from there and get those cleaned up for me. So we're trying to make some progress. I was planning on getting the driveway done, but I think I'm just gonna throw the money into the cars and get those finished up. The driveway can come at a later date. But yeah, it's supposed to be nice this week, so try to get the headliner material on. I know it's gonna make this a little bit thicker and doubled up, but it'll be all right. Like I said, it still feels pretty good in the Monty. I'm using the same stuff in there. And I'm not sure if I mentioned yet about the stereo. So I really don't want to cut this piece up, so I'm gonna set that to the side. I ordered a square piece of ABS plastic, which I think I'm gonna cut that to size. And this isn't the deck that's going in it, or the stereo. This one's actually going in the truck, just a inexpensive one. I have dual in the Blazer also, so I don't need anything too fancy, just something to Bluetooth music to it. So got this little double din, and I'm thinking about doing a double din for the Monty also, because I'm pretty sure I mentioned it. I'm not sure if it's in another clip or not, but seeing how I'm gonna have the cluster replacement, so a lot of people, they'll have the digital dashes pretty much flush with the cluster. Mine's going to be set back like the original gauges. So my thought process was, if I'm going to have the gauge cut, or the gauges pretty much set back, why am I looking at a floating screen that's going to push it out? It's going to pretty much throw it off a little bit. One's pushed in, one's pushed out. So why not go with the double din and have it set in there? So that's why I ordered the sheet of ABS plastic. So I cut that to size and make a little template for that. So I might go the route and just order, or just go pick up another inexpensive stereo. So we'll see. Wait on the wiring harness to come in for the truck, so I can throw that in. 6x9s. I ordered the 3.5s for the Monty, so those should be in shortly also. I might just have to do the inexpensive head unit. I don't need anything fancy in here. But yeah, so I could knock out some of these wires. I think it's this old branch. It's for the stereo stuff. So we'll get that knocked out, get those capped off, get the orange one hooked up to the USB port, and that's pretty much wrapping this up for the most part. And then once I get these back for the Monty, be able to get the windows in there, hit up my buddy, get them tinted, and we'll be just one step closer. So the plan is to get this out to my mom's school later in March. That's probably when this video will be up. So to get it out, she's having a little small car show at her school for her after school program. So if I get it out, that's the goal, to get this one out for the first time. So I got the fittings for the brake lines in, and I know I'm probably gone over this in another video. I'm just trying to recap it. I'm just going over what I still need to do on my head. So yeah, try to get it out. It'll probably be trailered there. So we'll see. As long as it's drive on and off the trailer, I'll be good. Or even just pull it up, leave it on the trailer. I'll be happy with that too. Just get it out of the garage and let a couple people see it out of the garage in person. So yeah, but yeah, I did do this inside. Like I said, I messed up on the mix a little bit as far as the hardener and the resin, so it took a little bit longer to dry, but I did put a space heater in there to heat that room up a little bit more, and right now I think it came out pretty good. Wasn't looking for anything for it to be perfect, so I'll trim these edges up a little bit, wrap it, and we'll be good. But yeah, it's just those little things that make a difference and just make you want to keep going on the projects. Like I said, the Monty did piss me off a couple weeks ago with the brake situation, so took some time away from that and gathered my thoughts, and I'm going to knock that out. And then mess around with the Elco a little bit, trying to figure this out. So hopefully we'll get everything situated. But yeah, that's about it. If you're gonna do this inside, make sure you crack a window or two, and just put a little bit more hardener in there. You might think it's too much, but put a little bit more hardener in there so it dries like it's supposed to. But yeah, other than that, just a little update on fixing the headliner for the Elco. Nah, I can't leave you guys like that. Let me do this. Let me see if it actually lines up. Once all the trim pieces are in there, I think we're good. But for now, yeah, I'll get it back out, and might as well just do that now. Yeah, so it fits pretty good. Once the other headliner's on there, should have no problems. Once all the trim pieces are back in, should be good to go. But I'll call it a day on that one, and the next one, hopefully start getting one of these interiors put back together, or no, the next one, be getting those brake lines right, get the brake system all knocked out, and then we'll call it a day.